What's about the Sabbath? The rabbis really come down on the Sabbath.
I mean, if you ask most Orthodox rabbinic Jews what the most important laws are, they're going to put the Sabbath up there with the top three.
Yeah.
And the Sabbath is a very important law. It's the sign of the covenant between the Creator and Israel. But they've turned the Sabbath into something completely different. I remember this growing up, that work is forbidden on Sabbath, obviously. So the rabbis ask the question, what is work? And they define work in a very technical legal definition, that there are 39 specific acts that are forbidden. And those acts include grinding grain into flour, and writing with a utensil, writing with a pen, and carrying outside. For example, according to a rabbi, if I put a handkerchief in my pocket and walk outside, I've violated the law. I violated the law of the rabbis.
Because you're carrying.
Because I'm carrying outside. And when the Torah said, do not work on the Sabbath, they say that he meant these 39 specific things. They give a very well-known example that the rabbis give, is that you can't walk outside with the handkerchief, but you could take all the furniture in your house and move it up 3 more stories into the upper part of your house, because you haven't carried it outside. So the irony here is that they have these 39 forms of work, but actually work isn't one of them. In other words, physical labor is not one of the 39 forms of work that the rabbis forbid. And to me as a Karaite, when I say, okay, what is work, I look at the scripture and I say, how is this word used in the Hebrew scriptures? And you can see from looking throughout the Hebrew scriptures, the word labor, in Hebrew melacha, it refers to physical labor, and even more generally to the daily tasks that a person has to carry out during the 6 days of the week. And so to me, when it says do not work 6 days and rest in the 7th, do not do labor on the 7th, what that means is don't do the daily tasks that I'm forced to do during the 6 days of the week. We were talking before about, you asked me about electricity.
Oh, yes.
One of the things the rabbis won't do is they won't turn on and off a light switch on Shabbat. And why not? Most people don't know why. I think most rabbinic Jews do know why, but most people don't. The reason they won't do that is because one of the 39 forms of labor is building. That is, building, constructing a house, constructing a tent. They say, the rabbis say, that when you turn on a light switch, you have constructed a circuit. Right?
Completed an
electric circuit, and that's an act of construction.
Oh my gosh.
And therefore it's forbidden to do that on Shabbat. You can't turn off the light switch because that's tearing down, which is another one of the 39 forms of labor. By the way,
excuse me for smiling. It's almost crazy.
They apply the same law to opening up an umbrella as well.
Oh, I love that.
Because opening up an umbrella is building a tent, according to them. Now, I mean, to me, that common sense tells me that an Israelite farmer hearing the word labor isn't gonna even if, let's say construction is one of the forms of labor. Let's even accept that for a moment. What does turning on and off a light switch have to do with construction, and what is opening a tent? Is that really what he's talking about? If he's talking about work and labor, then it can't be something as trivial as going like this.
No, pushing an elevator button.
Pushing an elevator button.
But they literally walk 3, 4, 5 flights of stairs rather than push the button in the elevator.
Of course, right. They consider that work on Shabbat.